Picture this. You wake up tomorrow, check your phone, and there's a message from work. They're cutting jobs. Yours is gone. No warning. No next paycheck. How long could you keep paying for your home, food, power, transport, medicine, and debt? A week? A month? Maybe 6 months? This isn't really about looking rich. It's about something much more useful. Time. How much time has your money bought you? We normally measure money with salary, savings, or net worth. But when your income suddenly stops, another number matters more. Your financial runway. Financial runway simply means how long you can cover your basic costs without earning anything new. To find yours, start with the emergency money you could use today. Then compare it with the amount you need for one normal month, for example. If you have $6,000 saved and your basic costs are $2,000 a month, you have about 3 months of runway. Only count the things you'd still need in a real crisis. Your home, basic food, power, transport, insurance, medicine, and the smallest payments you must make on your debt. Leave out holidays, restaurants, new clothes, and that phone upgrade, which suddenly feels a lot less urgent. You might not like the number you get. That's okay. A clear answer is far more useful than a fear you never measure. And here's the uncomfortable part. A lot of people have less time than they think. The Federal Reserve recently surveyed nearly 13,000 American adults. Just over half said they had enough emergency savings to cover 3 months of costs. Another 15% said they could make it through 3 months, but only by borrowing, selling something, or using other savings. That left roughly 3 in 10 people who couldn't cover those 3 months at all. Then the survey asked about a much smaller emergency, a surprise cost of $400. Only about 6 in 10 people could cover it with cash, savings, or a card they could fully repay when the bill arrived. Now, that's American data. It won't describe every country perfectly, but this isn't only an American problem. Across the European Union, around 4 in 10 households said they had at least some trouble making ends meet in 2024. So if your safety net feels small, you're not the only one. Life is expensive, rent is high, food costs more, and sometimes your paycheck is already working harder than you are. Still, every extra week of runway gives you a little more control. If you have less than 1 month, a missed paycheck can quickly become late rent, unpaid bills, or new credit card debt. And when you're starting from there, a 6-month target can feel ridiculous. So don't start with 6 months. Start with 1 week of basic costs. 1 week won't fix everything, but it might cover food, transport, or one urgent bill without forcing you to borrow again. 7 days isn't freedom, but 7 days is much better than 0. Once you have that, aim for 1 month. 1 month gives you some room. You can cover the next rent or mortgage payment. You can buy food, and you can take a breath before making a big decision. But 1 month can disappear quickly. A car repair, a medical cost, or urgent family travel can take a large bite out of it. In that Federal Reserve survey, a major car repair or replacement was the most common large surprise cost. So, yes, your car really can hear when your savings account is doing well. At 3 months, something changes. Your money starts buying real breathing room. You may have time to look for a better job instead of grabbing the first one. You may be able to leave a harmful workplace, learn a useful skill, or recover from an illness without every choice becoming an emergency. Another United States study found an interesting pattern. At every income level, people who saved regularly were less likely to have trouble paying their bills, and people with very little emergency money and no saving habit were more likely to feel as if money controlled their lives. That's the real value of an emergency fund. It doesn't just pay bills. It turns down the fear behind your decisions. Then there's 6 months or more. That can take a long time to build, and honestly, not everyone needs the same amount. A larger fund may make sense if your income changes each month. You work for yourself, you support children or parents, or your entire home depends on one income. New Zealand's sorted guide makes a sensible point. Start small, then build toward 3 to 6 months of costs. It also warns against putting emergency money into shares or other investments that could fall right when you need the money. Your emergency fund has one very boring job: be there. And boring is excellent when your car starts making a noise that sounds expensive. So, how do you actually build your runway? First, find your survival number. Look at the last 2 or 3 months of spending. Then write down only the things you'd have to keep paying if your income stopped. Housing, basic food, power, transport, insurance, medicine, minimum debt payments, and the basic costs of anyone who depends on you. Don't try to build the world's most perfect budget. You just need one useful monthly number. Now, divide the emergency money you already have by that number. That's your runway today. It's a guide, not a grade. Your own target depends on your income, costs, health, family, and the help you could realistically call on. Next, choose your next target, not your final target. No emergency savings yet? Aim for 1 week. Already have 1 week? Build toward 1 month, then work toward 3. A close target feels possible. A giant target usually becomes something we promise to start next month for the next 5 years. Keep this money separate from normal spending. It should be safe, easy to reach, and boring enough that you're not tempted to play with it. This is not money for shares. It's not money for crypto, and it's definitely not holiday money wearing an emergency costume. Then make saving automatic. Move a small amount after every payday. It doesn't need to impress anybody. $10 each week is better than waiting for the perfect month that never arrives. You can also save part of any extra money. Overtime, a tax refund, a gift, or money from something you sell. You don't have to save every extra dollar. The point is to make some progress before the money quietly finds somewhere else to go. And when a real emergency happens, use the fund. That isn't failure. That is the fund doing exactly what you built it to do. Then, when life settles down, start building it again. One last thing. Don't compare your savings with a stranger online who claims to have a full year of costs ready. You don't know their income, their bills, their family support, or whether that number is even real. Compare your runway with your runway last month. 7 days is better than 0, 1 month is better than 7 days, and 3 months is better than 1. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become harder to break. So ask yourself again, if your paycheck stopped tomorrow, how long would you last? Don't use the answer to judge yourself. Use it to choose your next target, because money isn't only something you spend. Money can buy time, and time gives you choices.